Welcome back, trainers, and today we're going to be taking a look at Shadow Snorlax and XL Toxicroak, best buddied up here. For the third Pokemon, we're going to be using Trevenant. I had to cut out a ton of battles because this is over the course of 2 days, and even some wins here because I just had to condense it. I didn't want to make it over an hour long, and I didn't even want it to get over to around 40 minutes, but that's where we're at. So sit back, relax, grab a snack, and enjoy this long video here. Now, this team did bring me up in points, and the consistency was great. Like we discussed, switching your teams all the time and not really being consistent in the teams that you do make. But we're sticking with this one here, and we're going to be looking good. Toxicroak really put in the work. Snorlax as well. Trevenant too. But I'm really going to have to say Toxicroak really did an amazing job here. Always love this Pokemon. One of my favorites. And of course, Shadow Snorlax. Always a nice pick. But not only that, it's pretty nice having a normal type as well as a ghost type on your team. It can really help you out quite a bit, as well as pull out some of these fun leads that we're going to be seeing towards the end of this video here. Now, if you do enjoy the content, folks, I know I've been really throwing out the videos here, and I really do appreciate the support. If you could hit the like on those videos, and it really does help me out. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this team here. So leading with Snorlax the entire time, I do believe, and then we have Toxicroak and Trevenant. So Snorlax is going to be weak to fighting. We got Toxicroak to protect it from the fighting, as well as the Trevenant, and then Toxicroak being weak to Psychic. We do have the Snorlax with Lick, as well as the Trevenant with Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball to handle those Psychic types if we do encounter that. And they all kind of just cover themselves quite nicely. Of course, if there is a flyer in the back, we will be kind of in a little bit of trouble, but it's not like we can't hit it with some sort of Sludge Bomb or Shadow Ball like that. Even Shadow Claw starts adding up, so we still should be able to handle that. But anyways, with that said, let's see what we have going up against a Regirock shiny. Very nice Toxicroak going for those mud bombs here. Now, you could go with the Dynamic Punch on Toxicroak, but I don't know, I prefer Sludge Bomb here. Although, it felt like having Dynamic Punch would have just been better in a lot of these situations. Except for when I was up against a Fairy, of course, you know. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Trevenant. They're going to be swapping to catch a Seed Bomb. Very nice catch on their Toxicroak. They've got one themselves. Hey, that was a very good catch. Now, we're still holding on to 2 shields. Sludge Bomb is not going to be super effective, although it's still going to be doing a lot of damage. So we do need to kind of look out for that. So we're going to go ahead and swap to catch whatever charge move. Just throwing the Snorlax in here, and it was a Mud Bomb, expecting that. Well, not really. I was... Who knows? Just trying to catch, and it was still nice. And they're going for another Mud Bomb here. Snorlax building up to that Body Slam. And let's see if they're... Well, they got no more shields. They can't shield it up. And is that thing going to farm us down? They really can't get there. And we're going to be going for that Body Slam. That's not going to KO. They do farm us down, but we still have 2 shields with a Trevenant here. I think we're just going to go ahead and go for the 2 shield flex right about now. And, oh wait, is this the one? Oh my goodness. Sludge Wave. Oh, I had to leave this one in here. Okay, so look at that. I was flexing. It wasn't the trainer or anything. It was just a flex, whatever the situation I was in here. And that's what I get. Yeah, that's what you get. Oh, I wonder what they were thinking. If that was you, please comment down below. Was I mad? You want to know what I was thinking? All right. Right before it happened, I said out loud, I bet it's Sludge Wave. And you hit me with Sludge Wave, and I was like, yup, good. That's what I get for not shielding. I got a kick out of it. I actually didn't get upset at all because that was all on me. Anyways, kind of had to focus on that because it was a freaking blast. I laughed my butt off. Alright, so what's going on here? Up against the Snorlax, they're going to Body Slam, Jam, Town, taking us out, bringing in the Toxicroak to go ahead and farm up this Snorlax. Body Slam's going to do a decent amount of damage, but we can take it. Toxicroak best buddied up here. Always like it. Like I've said before, my favorite types are Poison and Fighting, so Toxicroak, Poison and Fighting, here we go. So let's get it. So up against a Typhlosion, and we're going to go ahead and throw in the Snorlax to catch a... Well, we still shield up. Okay, it wasn't quite a catch. And they have an Escavalier back there, so we go for the Body Slam. Definitely do not want to go for the superpower to debuff ourselves while the Body Slam is still doing an extreme amount of damage here. 1 shield, still need to hold on to that. And we're going to go ahead and farm them down. Can we? Yes, we do. Very good. And going to get off this Body Slam. Beautiful. Now, we're going to be able to just simply farm them down with the Toxicroak at this point. Unless they're able to get to 2 Blast Birds here. No, they're not. And we take that win there. Alright, moving on to our next battle. And we will be leading with Snorlax the entire time. Met with Giratina. Yeah, this is a great lead, especially if they have Shadow Claw. If they do have Dragon Breath, it's not going to be... It's an okay matchup, but you're not going to be as comfortable as obviously this one here. Now, they can still spam me with the Dragon Claw. As you can see, they are bringing us down pretty low, so it's not like you're going to be able to completely just farm them down with Lick. Now, these body slams are not very effective, but it is going to be necessary to take them out because you do need that little bit of damage adding up here, and it does do a decent amount over time. Alright, so I do believe we're not going to be shielding up a single thing here. I'm going to go ahead and let this go. Dragon Claw, and getting to the other body slam, just going to throw it immediately. As much as I wanted to come out of this with energy. Oh, they do shield up. Okay, never mind. I think we shield up ourselves, so we're going to win this matchup. And I think after they see this counter here, they back out. They swap into an Obstagoon. We take that win. Let's keep it moving here. Like I said, this team got me a lot of points. Many 4-1s. The loss in the 4-1s were basically me making a missed call. As far as bad leads, it was happening pretty hard yesterday. But today, I think because my points dropped so dramatically and I took so many losses, they're like, okay, let's kind of give him some decent leads here. Also, this team just works very nicely. I mean, like I said, if you get the normal and the ghost type together with a fighting as well, it just all works in very perfect unison here. So we're up against the Cresselia, getting to the body slam. Snorlax is such a great Pokemon now. Shadow, I recommend it. You can use the regular one, that's perfectly fine, but the Shadow, you're already tanky. Plus you're doing that extra damage, it's just so nice. So they're bringing in an Escavalier. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Trevenant here. You could take the Mega Horn and still survive, no problem. It's not like they're getting stabbed from counter, but be careful of some sort of like a snipe or something like that. Like a couple more Powdered Snows. I mean, we still are comfortable, unless it was like a Shadow. So we immediately swap, and there it is, that Walrein with that Powdered Snow, and immediately bringing in our Toxicroak here. Now that was a little bit soon, so we're going to go ahead and let that go. Still holding on to our shields. 2 of them, as a matter of fact. I'm not getting greedy. I'm just kind of really waiting to the very end here and knowing exactly what I need to do to get away with this win here. So now we're obviously going to be shielding up, and we're going to farm them down as well. Can we take them out? And we take them out, farming them all the way down. Escavalier, we do resist the counter, not even getting stabbed there as well. And we're getting the last shield. I think we let this go for sure, and then we're going to go ahead and just bring in our Trevenant. And I kind of just like to live life dangerously. Alright, when I get down to that red with that one shield left like that, or oh my goodness, am I going to be able to actually survive the quick moves? Alright, so we get to the next battle. It is going to be an Alolan Muk. They do resist the lick. The body slams will add up. This is why Snorlax is so good. See, normal types in particular for Pokemon Go Battle League, there's not really too great. We've used a level 51 or it's a level 50 Porygon Z in the Open Master League and actually have taken quite a bit of wins, and it does do some stuff, and there are some okay normal types. Usually they're going to be paired up with another typing. It's not just going to be a pure normal type, but the best one I'm going to have to obviously say, and it's not like some sort of mystery, Snorlax is going to be the best one. Normal type, I do believe, for Pokemon Go currently. Alright, so we got Toxicroak up against this Muk. Still 2 shields. They did hit us with an Acid Spray there. Bringing in Cresselia, and we're going to go ahead and immediately retreat into our Trevenant. And we do have energy in our Toxicroak quite a bit. And they're bringing in their Registeel, getting a shield right away. We still have 2 shields left. Now, if they have Focus Blast and Zap Cannon, we do resist both of those. So I think we just want to let it go. And the play here is inevitably just Toxicroak is going to Sludge Bomb Cresselia and just take it out like that. Simple as that. We don't want to shield any of this because we want to kind of farm them up. We will survive another one of these. A Shadow Ball won't quite take them out. If they try to... Alright, we swap. Okay, perfect. We wanted them to use that energy, and they're bringing in the Cresselia, so we're going to go ahead and just start throwing these Sludge Bombs here. Yeah, from the looks of it, it's not really like doing too much. And that Psycho Cut's not doing much damage, right, to most Pokemon. But to us, it's starting to really add up because of the fighting and the poison type. As you can see, we're starting to get into the low red here. Even though we do have 2 shields, that Psycho Cut is really starting to take us down. Getting to another Sludge Bomb before they do farm us down. This is getting a little bit close here. And taking the win. Well, gotta counter down this Registeel, and we take them out. Thank you, Toxicroak. Always so good as a closer. Moving on to our next battle, we got a Nidoqueen. This is a pretty good matchup, I suppose. Toxicroak would love to be here a lot more. Trevenant, nah. I'll take this matchup with the Snorlax over that. So we're going to go ahead and let that go. Poison Fang, lowering our defense, and we're just going to start spamming them with Body Slam. Now, Nidoqueen is one of those Pokemon that they just did great. It got a buff several seasons back to combat all these charm users, and it's amazing. It is absolutely phenomenal as a normal, as a shadow, and I'm super happy that they did that. All right, so they're going to be bringing in a Scrafty here. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Trevenant to go up against that thing and just start throwing the seed bombs at it. Now, they can hit us with the foul play. The thing is, you will survive, and then they're just going to have to get to another foul play to take you out. They go for the power-up punch. That's not going to be enough, even if they raise their attack on the counter. I suppose if they did it a couple of times, they could start really countering you down, but we're starting to get to all these seed bombs, so I don't know how long they're going to be able to last out there. Definitely going to let this go, and it is just a power-up punch, and I was so happy we did not shield that and getting to another seed bomb. It was looking like a loss, and now it's looking like we're going to be able to potentially take the win here. And wait, well, it wasn't looking like a loss because they had 2 Pokemon weak to fighting in the back, and Toxicroak was just sitting back there like, come on, put me in. Let's get it. So here we go. Gonna let that first one go so we can kind of have like a third shield. They're not going to be able to quick move us down with that Powder Snow. As a matter of fact, they don't even have the opportunity to use their shields. Again, it's one of those situations where they weren't flexing. I just straight up went for the quick move down. Next battle, we're met with an Umbreon. So I think this is where we're going to be using the superpower for the first time in this video at the 11-minute marker. And letting the foul play go. Of course, you want to build up to 2 because you're going to be lowering your defense, and if you go for it right away, you lower your stats. Therefore, they're going to be able to take you out quicker. So we do have, I think we may need one more lick to get to the next superpower here. Yeah, and we get there. Beautiful. And what they could do here is, I suppose, farm a little bit extra, but I don't know if they really have the time. Yeah, if we get to that Body Slam, I think that may have been just enough. So they're taking us out, which is great. All right, so we're able to get some really good farm off that Umbreon, and of course they're going to have a counter to fighting. Now here's the thing about Toxicroak. They have a Fairy type, there it is, a Charm user, it's a Sylveon. Toxicroak isn't taking super effective damage from Fairy because it is going to be part poison. And you also have the Sludge Bomb to threaten them as well. That's why Toxicroak is just so great. So we do bring in the Trevenant, going for the Shadow Ball, thinking that they don't want to use that last shield, and they do let it go, retreating with energy on that Sylveon and bringing in the Shadow Walrein here, doing a lot of damage with that quick move. So the play here is to let this go. We still have 2 shields, and we're just going to bring in the Toxicroak and just farm up here. Sylveon has a charge move ready to go. They're not going to be able to get to 2. Their health is, what was their health at? Oh yeah, very low. Alright, so just building up to 2 Mud Bombs. We may need one more counter to get there. And they shield it up, putting up a fight until the very end, getting to the next Mud Bomb after one more counter. And this is going to be the win here for us up against that Sylveon with the Toxicroak. Let's go. Moving on to the next battle. Snorlax in the lead the entire time, met with an Obstagoon. This is not particularly great or bad, I suppose. Better than the Trevenant up against it. Toxicroak would love to go up against it, but they definitely have a counter to fighting. So we'll just have to wait and see what that is here. Letting that cross chop go. We don't want to use our shields and hope that they do shield up this. Beautiful. That would have basically taken them out. And they actually throw their energy again, which is even better. So now we're going to just bring in Toxicroak and let's see if they want to swap or let us farm all the way down. Nope, they're going to swap into a Mewtwo, getting 1 Confusion through, doing a decent amount. And we immediately bring in our Trevenant here up against this Armor Mewtwo, which is, it does a good amount of damage. Its attack is a little bit lower than the regular Mewtwo's, but its defense is higher, so it kind of just evens out there. So they let it go, taking him out with the Shadow Ball, and then immediately going for the Seed Bomb. Looks like we did farm up a little bit extra up against that Mewtwo. We're going to let this go. It's not going to be enough to take us out, and the counters are not going to cut it either. And are we going to beat them? We outpace them. Do they want to shield? If they shield this up, I have a feeling there's probably like a Swampert in the back. Okay, no, they let it go, and it is going to be a Sylveon. Again, Toxicroak's going to be able to handle the Sylveon. They let this, well, they let it go. They have no more shields. We land the Sludge Bomb. Toxicroak doing a ton of damage with that super effective plus stab, getting to the Mud Bomb, and taking the win. Fighting type user up against the Charm user. Next battle, we're met with a Melmetal, and this is another interesting one here. Of course, Toxicroak would love to see this. Trevenant actually would like to see this battle as well. Rock Slides are going to start adding up, but we're still going to have a better matchup here. Snorlax is probably the less excited to see this matchup for itself here. So superpower right off the bat. Oh, and they catch. Wow, very nice. Okay. So wasted energy there. Immediately swapping into Trevenant and going for the Shadow Ball. I'm just going to go straight for it. They let it go, which is just perfect. Now, Moonblast is going to be neutral damage. And there it is. What was that, a Future Sight? Alright, yes, it was a Future Sight. So we have Trevenant, we have Snorlax, and we still have Toxicroak lying in wait. So we're going to let this go, and unfortunately it does KO. We did have quite a bit of energy. So they do have a Swampert back there, so we're going to immediately swap into our Snorlax. And I'm thinking, ooh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this one off here. If I can get the shield, then we're going to... Oh, okay. I think we're looking just great here. So we got one shield left. Toxicroak, how much health does he have left? All right, good amount. So we can take a Hydro Cannon. Thundershocks aren't going to cut it. Melmetal does have energy. We need to look out. I do believe it does have a little bit of leftover energy here. So I think the plan is to shield this up because we resist, right? Both rock and superpower. So we don't have to worry about it. Unless they have Flash Cannon, I don't think they're going to be able to pull this one off here. They go for the superpower, and we have to counter down at this point. Can we... Oh, they back out. We don't even take out the Swampert, and we take that win there. So it was looking pretty bad, but we pulled that one off. Next battle, we're met with an Empoleon, and this is going to be pretty okay, I suppose. Everything on the team would love to see that. So I immediately swap, since it's not the most ideal matchup, I guess. And they bring in a Sirfetch'd, so... they hit us with a Night Slash, we let it go, and we build a little bit past the Shadow Ball, going for the Seed Bomb here, which is still going to be doing a bunch, and they shield it up, getting to the next Seed Bomb. Now we will be shielding this one up because we kind of want to win this matchup here. If they want a double shield, that'd be perfect. So let's see what they want to do with that Sirfetch'd, doing a lot of damage with those charge moves, and they double shield it up, can't counter us down, and we get to the next Seed Bomb. Do we want to double shield and win this matchup? We're going to let it go and hold on to our shield and bring in the Toxicroak and just farm down to see if we can do that. Beautiful. So they're shieldless, and we got a Snorlax to the Toxicroak. We can do a lot of damage, and they're bringing in a Machamp. You already know what it's going to be here. Going for the Sludge Bomb on that Machamp, doing a bunch of damage. Now, everything it has is resisted, including Payback, so there's really nothing it can do. And looked like they were backing out. We take the win there. I'm telling you, give this team a try in the same order with the same moves. That's the whole point. All right, so we're going to see me swapping into Trevenant, into their Scrafty, and they bring in an Abomasnow. If you're thinking, why would you do that, Scrafty? I had a feeling they would swap, and we will come all the way back around with the Toxicroak up against it later on. So we're up against this Trevenant, or this... we're using Trevenant up against this Abomasnow, and they shield this up. Okay, that's good. Now we're obviously going to let this go because, well... yeah, they'll just farm us down. Bringing in Snorlax to lick them down and then build up energy. So I'm starting to kind of figure out how I'm going to pull this out. They're going to be bringing in, of course, the Scrafty. So we're going to go straight for the superpower. I don't think they would shield this up, or they do. Okay, and we still have two shields. Immediately swapping into Toxicroak here. Now I'm thinking, if they have a Confusion user, I'm done. And it is a freaking Confusion user, folks. A Mewtwo with Confusion. So here we go. Toxicroak at least getting this off, and we're able to swap, so that was key. Being able to not be locked there and bringing in the Snorlax was something we needed to do. Also getting off that Sludge Bomb. Snorlax really putting in that work with the lick up against that tanky Mewtwo over here with that armor, and building up to 2 body slams and licking them down. Going to go for a double superpower up against the Scrafty. It was looking like we weren't going to be winning that, but we turned it around. Let's go. Sometimes you got to know when you need to farm down and hold on to that energy, and that's what exactly we did for that battle there. Moving on to the next one, we're met with a Talonflame, and this is okay. I mean, yeah, it's fine, obviously. You know, this is actually a great matchup because what am I talking about? I got Trevenant and Toxicroak in the back. They don't want nothing to do with this here. All right, so we're building up to 1.5 body slams. You kind of want to make sure you time it so they don't sneak and incinerate through, because I can screw up the whole thing and just put them way ahead, farther ahead than they need to be for sure. So we shield it up. They don't sneak one through. Perfect timing. Gonna go for that body slam, and we're getting a shield. So this may be okay there. Is this going to be the one where they double shield it? And they, yep, it is. So they got all that energy. They're ready to throw it here, and we're bringing in the Trevenant. Of course, we're going to be shielding this up and farming them down. But with the biggest threat out of the way to both of the Pokemon in the back, I think we're going to be looking okay. So they have a Kingdra back there. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Shadow Ball. This is just a more effective thing when shields are down. Seed Bomb is not even effective, technically, because it's Dragon. So swapping into Toxicroak, figuring they were going to be going for the Outrage here. Didn't think I would be catching some sort of an Octazooka. And they're bringing in a Lapras, so we're going to be able to build up to the Sludge Bomb here. And we're doing a decent amount of damage. And look at this. I don't know. What is this Go Battle League crap? Did they do that on purpose? I don't know what was going on there, but felt like I could have potentially won, could have lost as well, but with that lag, I don't know. I just got to show that there. I guess I just forgot to take it out, but there it was. Let's keep it moving here. On to the next one. We have an Articuno here, Purified. Don't think it has a return, but if it does, that'd be interesting here. Obviously, it's definitely going to have Icy Wind. That's pretty much the only move you're going to want to throw. Unless shields are down and you're going up against a fighter with a lot of health, then yeah, you know, go ahead and hit that Hurricane if that's what you got, right? A lot of people like to rock with the Ancient Power as well. But for the most part, you're always going to be throwing that Icy Wind continuously. And it does a lot of damage, surprisingly, not even being Shadow. So we're able to get to actually another Body Slam. Let's go. And we're taking the win up against the Articuno. No shields and with 1 health. Snorlax actually making that happen and helping us take that swap, bringing in the Toxicroak up against their Shadow Walrein. And this is just perfect here, folks. We're going to go ahead and shield this up. And it's going to be an Icicle Spear. We just want to hold this down. What we're going to do is just continue to put on the pressure and continue to shield this up. I just want to keep this going here. Now, at this point, we will shield them up and farm them down. So I just did, oh my gosh, they're going to swap here. Now, I'm just redoing the commentary. I finished the video. It was at 22, and I take breaks and have a drink of water to, you know, heal my throat up from all this talking. And it was just like a flat line. I was like, no way. This is why I take breaks like every 5 minutes doing audio like this, because if it doesn't record, it's like, well, there goes all your enthusiasm, all the excitement, all the energy right down the invisible drain. So anyways, a little insight to a little bit of the troubles back here on the commentary end. Now, it doesn't get too bad regarding that, but when I start making these like 40 freaking minute long videos and I really start getting into the commentary and I just go like for 20 minutes without stopping and it's just a flat line, it's like, oh, that's fun. Then you got to build your hype back up. It's super annoying. Anyways, I think it's fun just talking about it so we can get back into the groove here. And with that said, I better go check to make sure it's still working, huh? Alright, so this Kanto Muk Shadow is actually very good here. So it's taking us out with that stab with the Poison Jab there. Also, it does have the Dark Pulse and Thunder Punch. So we'll let this go. Let's see if we can take them out with energy. So they go for the Thunder Punch. They definitely have a little bit of energy that they did go down there with. And they've used the shield. Now they're coming into battle with their Walrein. I'm just thinking that there's something back there weak to fighting, but I just did this commentary, so I'm just going to tell you there's some, it's a Nidoqueen. So what they're weak to is Mud Bomb. So what we're going to do is go ahead and swap into our Trevenant here and let this go. And, you know, just hope that we're going to be able to handle whatever's in the back with a little bit of health that we do have left on both of these Pokemon with the quick moves. And we take out that Walrein, and they have a Shadow Nidoqueen. Now getting to this Shadow Ball, Seed Bomb is pretty good. That's all we needed to do here. Plus a couple of more of these quick moves, bringing in the Toxicroak and getting to this Mud Bomb to take the win. This is going to be enough. So that's what they were afraid of. They were worried about the Mud Bomb on the Toxicroak. All right, looking good here, folks. Hope you are enjoying this video. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button. It really does help me out. So we're met with a Giratina. So here you go. This is a Dragon Breath Giratina versus a Snorlax Shadow. So you can see the damage comparison. So we are ahead as far as quick move damage, but when it comes to the charge move, they're going to be doing more while both of ours are not very effective. Now, if you have Outrage, you know, you're going to be looking great or something else, but more than likely you're going to have Superpower and Body Slam on your Snorlax. That's what I recommend you run, unless you want to go with the sneaky Outrage. Alright, so what is this looking like here? They're going to farm us down. We're getting to the Body Slam. Is this going to be enough to take them out? And we take them out. We survive with 1 freaking HP. That is the second time. So you do win that matchup with the Dragon Breath. Let's go. So they're bringing in an Ampharos here. Now, what I think it is when you get off a Body Slam or a charge move for that case, it's stopping them for a split second, therefore allowing me to get that lick through, therefore I won. Ha! Let's go. So we have this Ampharos over here, and we let the Zap Cannon, and plus it lowers our attack. So they did that damage, and we're looking good. Still holding on to 2 shields, and I'm thinking, I got the Giratina out of the way. I should be good with the Toxicroak with 2 shields, right? So we bring it in here, and we will be shielding this up. I'm thinking they're going to hit me with another Zap Cannon here. They get me with a Thunder Punch. Maybe thought they can get to another one or something, but they have a Walrein in the back, and that's about over there. That's a wrap. They back out. We take the win, and we're going to move on to our next opponent here, folks. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it going. And we're met with an Alolan Muk. All right. So if you're wondering, how are you getting up so many videos? It is magic, folks. Do I sleep? Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? Yes, I get plenty of sleep. I have to if I'm trying to get gains over here. But it's been crazy. For the past couple of days, I've worked out very minimal. But gotta get these videos up. Gotta get that grind going before I do relax for a couple of days, if you know what I mean. All right, so what's going on here? Another acid spray. All right, letting them take us down. Well, kind of. We could have shielded it up and got off another body slam to do a decent amount of damage. All right, so we're going to go ahead and counter down that Muk. We have 2 shields. They hit us with an acid spray, immediately swapping into our Trevenant, and they're bringing in a Giratina here. Expecting a Shadow Sneak, so we're going to let this go. What's a Dragon Claw? It doesn't really matter. Expecting a charge move that's going to do a decent amount. I need to hold on to the health. So they do swap, and they're bringing in a Venusaur. Okay, this is getting pretty interesting here. And I'm trying to contemplate. I'm like, how can I potentially... I need to save this Trevenant. I almost went for 2 Seed Bombs so I can extend the time or kind of just stall the clock. And I'm like, they're going to hit me with a Sludge. This is going to do it. And they go for Frenzy. So I build up to farm them down and get off the Shadow Ball and the Giratina, and then I'm going to immediately swap into my Toxicroak and get off the Sludge Bomb, which is overkill. I could have went for the Mud Bomb, but nonetheless, we're doing a little bit of a combo breaker and taking the win. That was not looking good, and we pulled it off. Next battle, we're met with a Sylveon. This is going to be a great matchup for the Snorlax, no problem at all. And just got to make sure not to sneak. It's kind of hard to not let them sneak in charms. I mean, even if you time it at the correct spot, they still get through. It's like, give me a freaking break. Oh, and there was a bunch of lag there, if you noticed that. Bunch of lovely lag. It is so nice when it putters when you're going up against a charm user, because it's just all of a sudden your health is just gone. So they're swapping into their Machamp, trying to kind of snipe-esque our Snorlax there, but it ain't happening. We bring in our Toxicroak. And I don't think we're going to be able to farm this thing down. It did get a good amount of energy built up before I just... Well, not a bunch, but... One more cross chop. Yeah, it's going to do it. So Mud Bomb was needed to take the win there. Alright, so they have a Garchomp out here. Alright, so this is getting pretty interesting. And let's see if we're going to be able to pull this one off here. So they have a Dragon Tail. And I'm thinking, all right, we went up against this thing plenty of times in the Master League. That seemed like a Sand Tomb, yeah. So it is a Sand Tomb. Did lower our defense, so the Dragon Tail is going to start adding up here, but we still do have our shield. So since they did lower our stats, we do swap into our Snorlax. And unfortunately, like we were discussing a couple of Go Battle League videos back, throwing in a Pokemon while it has energy is a bad idea when they only have about as much health to take one quick move. All right. You kind of want to wait until you can throw them in there, because you're not going to immediately take that damage. So we lose that, but we're still going to be able to take the win there. Snorlax went down, but Trevenant takes the win. Next one, we're met with a Giratina. All right, so it's frozen. Okay, that's an instant win, and they back out. Why did I leave that in there? That's weird. Okay, so we go right into the next battle. I guess I didn't cut that out because it was just so short. While I was editing, I just didn't know while I was watching Mad TV. Nope, we got another Giratina back to back, so I guess you get a little insight there without any sort of editing it out. You know, it is interesting, right? All of a sudden, same leads, like, that's what people are using today. It's like, no, that's what is giving you according to what you have for the moves on your Pokemon in the back, right? And this is just an amazing lead here. So Snorlax, let's go. They do have Shadow Claw, so this is a good matchup. We've seen it before. Let's see if somehow we lose this because it's a different sort of an IV set or some sort of a lag or putter here. So yeah, actually we do lose this because of right here, this actually takes us out. Oh, shoot. So they do win that. Interesting. So I think we're just going to go ahead and bring in Trevenant as much as I wanted to counter down with Toxicroak. And they're bringing in a Walrein here. We're going to go ahead and go for that Seed Bomb. And get that shield. First one from them here. We can take this, but we're going to go ahead and shield it up just to keep our Trevenant healthy here. See if we can get a shield from them and then swap into our Toxicroak to start going to town before they do build up enough energy, and immediately swapping. This is definitely going to be an Icicle Spear, and we're going to go ahead and let it go because we don't want to use that last shield quite yet. And they have a Surf Fetch, so we do resist that counter. I'm thinking Leaf Blade, Night Slash, both of those are resisted, but I do still need to keep our health up here, and those are actually going to do a decent amount to us because Surf Fetch attack is just pretty good. Plus those moves are pretty nice as well. All right, getting to another Mud Bomb. Toxicroak putting in the work. Is this going to be enough to take out the Surf Fetch? Yep, and then we take out the Walrein Toxicroak, sweeping it up at the end. All right, we got a couple more battles here for you folks, and we're met with another good lead. I'm telling you, it's the alignment for the back. All right, so we got a Jellicent and another Ghost with this Snorlax in the lead. Let's have a little fun here. Going for that Body Slam before they get off some sort of Bubble Beam to lower our attack, but they immediately swap and bring it in a XL Steelix with Dragon Tail. So have been using this quite a bit. I knew they were going to be getting off a crunch there, or it could have been, I guess, a Heavy Slam. So it is a crunch, not very effective. This is great, saving us a shield here, and we're going to go for another Mud Bomb. We got the first shield counter. It's just doing a ton of damage, and they let that go. Unfortunately, not able to counter down. We will have to shield this up if we want to maintain that swap advantage. So we're going to go ahead and shield it up. I'm expecting Jellicent to come back in here and farm us up, but they're bringing in Greedent, and oh, very nice play. So what they were doing is they tricked me, expecting me to go for that Sludge Bomb, and that's exactly what I did while catching it on the not very effective Jellicent Ghost type. So we're bringing in our Trevenant here because it doesn't really have a good matchup up against the Greedent, and of course we got to preserve our other Pokemon for that. So we still have a whole Snorlax, which does have Superpower and Body Slam. Nice, beautiful lag there. Fantastic. As well as the Bullet Seed on the Greedent is not going to be very effective. Yeah, it's going to be able to spam, but Toxicroak's going to be able to put in that work before they do take us out. All right, so bringing in that Greedent here. Snorlax, it's going to be able to absorb these Body Slams. Well, at least a couple. So we wait for them to throw that one, bringing in the Toxicroak. And we let this go. And then we bring in the Snorlax. Build up a little bit extra because I didn't know if this superpower is going to be enough to take it out. I can't remember how tanky it would be, how much this would do, and it wasn't enough. Did you see I stopped tapping and then I kept on tapping after I noticed it wasn't out? It's like, woof. Next battle, another freaking Ghost, Gengar. They swap into their own Snorlax. We bring in our Toxicroak, and let's keep playing this rock, paper, scissors game all night long. Let's get it. Okay, letting the Body Slam go, going for the Mud Bomb here. Because I think we're going to get a shield, and exactly we do. They want to maintain that swap, or try to at least. We're going to shield this up for a shield on our end. And, oh man, I really wanted to farm down, but it wasn't really worth it. Throwing the Mud Bomb here, and they're double shielding their Snorlax. So at this point, I have to. We're double shielding too because we had such a fantastic lead. So we do that, beautiful. And we get the Mud Bomb. They have no more shields. They bring in the Gengar. And this is going to be doing super effective damage. This is just perfect here. So unless they have Focus Blast, I don't even know if Focus Blast would be enough. They swap into a Machamp with energy on their Gengar. We bring in Trevenant, and this is literally the definition of rock, paper, scissors. RPS. If you hear people saying RPS, that's rock, paper, scissors. Basically, think of an ant trying to crawl away, and you just keep putting your hand out like every direction is trying to run away. And there's nothing you can do. That's just straight up rock, paper, scissors. It's just BS. That's just the way it goes, unfortunately. In the main series games, you can try to make some sort of a comeback. It's not like doom and gloom. That's what the abilities are, and all kinds of different poison, paralyze, sleep, this, that. This move does this, that. And this game is just like, well, you have bad lead, too bad. You have a bad swap, too bad. The only way you're going to be able to pull it through after that is to try to catch, or some sort of fancy maneuvering. Now, if I do sound a little bit out of it, well, I am. I'm a little bit tired, folks. This is, I don't even know what number video I'm on, to be honest, anymore. So, yeah, I'm a little out of it, but I gotta bring you the content. I gotta keep it flowing, and that's just the way it goes. Anyways, we're up against a Cresselia here. We have no more shields. We've used both of our shields. We're a little desperate, aren't we? Oh, okay. Desperate or on a mission? So they let the Shadow Ball go. That's perfect. and they're going to be able to take us out with Moonblast. That's okay. That's perfect. What do we want to farm down with? Let's go ahead and bring in our Snorlax and just build up that energy just a little bit more, seeing that we already had some. So no more shields. They bring it into Machamp. So we have 2 body slams. So what we need to do, I think at this point, is just get both of these shields. I remember this battle quite clearly because this is actually from today and not from yesterday. Getting both shields, swapping into Toxicroak, and now we're going to be able to pull this around here, farming them down. And, well, everything's going to be history after this. Going for a cross chop, taking down the Machamp, and they back out. We take the win, and we're looking good. And we did leave with Snorlax the entire time. Next battle. This may be the last one. We may have one more. Met with a Walrein here. And this is a perfectly good matchup here, actually. Do you want to go for Superpower? I wouldn't call that right away. I go for the Body Slam because I was kind of making them think that I was kind of pressuring them. Maybe I go for Body Slam right away. But they were smarter than that, and they called it. So we will be able to survive another Icicle Spear here. And let's see if they tried to snipe. Yes, they bring in a Giratina. Well, they didn't try to snipe. They were catching. So they caught a Body Slam with Giratina. Very nice. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Trevenant. Essentially, the biggest threat to their Giratina is out of the way. Since they do have Dragon Breath, this is going to be a lot better matchup, I suppose, than a Shadow Claw. Because it's not super effective. They're getting stabbed, but it's just not super effective. While I'm dealing out that super effective damage right back, but they're calling my Seed Bombs, which is just freaking annoying. It's good calling on their end. I guess they're just so comfortable in the back they don't really care. So we do have Toxicroak, getting rid of the things that it's weak against here. Gonna go ahead and bring it in to farm them down. Exactly. Get out of here. Take them out, Toxicroak. Take out that legendary with your counter. Let's go. That ghost type legendary. So they have a Greedent back here, folks. And I was almost going to top left. I was thinking, there's no way. So I threw in the Snorlax to catch this here, this Body Slam. You gotta freaking love it. Let's go. At this point, I'm getting more hype. Standing up, walking around like, okay, come on. We can pull this one off. Let's go. All right, so we're just going to keep getting the shields here. Toxicroak said, I will show you my worth. Let's go. Oh, you don't need to, buddy. You've already showed your worth plenty of times. But, hey, you can go ahead and keep on going for it. So let's see what happens here. Is Body Slam going to be doing too much? Absolutely not. They swap into their Walrein. I immediately throw, knowing they're not going to be able to get to another charge move before we counter them down. And we do have another battle, or at least get to another Mud Bomb and take the win with our Toxicroak. Let's go. That's not it. That was a pretty awesome battle, but it's not the grand finale. That's actually going to be this one here, but it wasn't in any sort of particular order. That's just the way it is. I just chop them up and, you know, as they go, right? Anyways, we're met with a Typhlosion here, and it's not Shadow. And let's see, they're going to be retreating with energy, bringing in a Swampert. So this is absolutely amazing. We're going to keep on letting all of these Hydro Cannons go. Now, if you think you're going to farm them all the way down, you better think again, because they will be able to spam that Hydro Cannon and eventually take you out. As you can see here, 2 Hydro Cannons is bringing us into the lower yellow. Like, okay. That's just Hydro Cannon for you. So we're building up a little bit of extra energy, knowing that they do have a Blast Bird ready to go on that Typhlosion here. Unfortunately, not able to get to the Shadow Ball. So we're going to go ahead and shield it up to start putting on some pressure. We go for the Seed Bomb here so we can retreat with energy and try to figure out the situation, swapping back into the Snorlax, and they have a Walrein back there. Do you see how well this team just works when you go up against this specific meta here? Let's go. So we're going to go for the Superpower right away. Something that I wouldn't usually do, but yeah, Typhlosion's going to be low, or we're going to be able to handle it. I didn't throw here, and the reason why is because we want to farm with the Toxicroak. But again, I completely spaced out how much health it had. It just needed a couple of counters, and it didn't need all that energy. So there we go. Again, Toxicroak taking the win. Thank you for watching, and take care, trainers.